Hey everyone, and welcome to this Negotiation Masterclass. In this class, I'm going to take you through the tools, tactics, and strategies that I use to do everything from closing a cold call to a multi-million-dollar contract. Now, along the way, I'll reference a number of tactics that I've learned and used over time, as well as some other popular books, tactics, and strategies that you may have heard of if you've done any other research into negotiation. And at the end of the day, there's never really just one path forward. There are a number of different tools and tactics and strategies, and it's up to you to know which one to use in the right situation. And that's what we're going to discuss in this course, and that is the goal, is to give you all the tools that you could possibly need and the know-how to understand when to use the right one at the right time. So the core subjects will go as follows. First, we'll go into what is a negotiation? What situation calls for preparing for a negotiation versus a haggle or just a regular sale? Then we'll go into the discovery phase. And the discovery phase is both research you do ahead of time heading into the negotiation, as well as questions you ask during the process to get more information from the other party. After that, we'll talk about give one, get one, which is the importance of making sure that you never give something up without getting something in return. Then we'll talk about mirroring, which is making sure that the other party feels heard during the process. Then we'll go into labeling. Labeling is assigning emotion to something the other party is dealing with. And contrary to some opinions, I believe that keeping emotion in the negotiation is really valuable, and I'll explain why. Then after that, we'll talk about the value of odd numbers, when to use them and why. We'll talk about getting to yes, no, and that's right. All three of those responses are equally valuable in a negotiation if you know when to ask for the right one. Finally, we'll talk about game-changing situations. When you've uncovered something that changes the entire nature of the negotiation, how to identify it, and what to do with that information once you have it. Then at the end, we'll bring it all together, explain best practices for each, review the tactics, make sure that you understand when to use each one and the value of each. Along the way, I'll have a number of questions that I'll ask, as well as some one-sheets that you can download, exercises that you can do along the way to make sure that you are really retaining this information, as well as cheat sheets that you can use after this course when you go out into the real world and start handling some of these negotiations. So with that out of the way, let's get started.